What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link is in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. But this video, though, is entitled You Can Run Out of Game. Inspired by the Fat Mac and Tony Maceo. They had a show today and I was listening. Thumbs up, loved it. There's a part they was talking about, guys running out of game. And this is part of ghosting people to me. Because ghosting people, when you're a serial womanizer or you're a serial dater, and part of you ghosting folks is because, or you constantly need game and new game. It's because when you get with people, you run out of game. And, now you got to go ghost. And part of the game is to get new people. You become one of those people who can attract a lot of people because you got the game to get them in. But you have no game to keep them, or you have no game to be somebody that they want to be with. Somebody that they're willing to break themselves for. You ain't got that kind of game. This is thus what I was talking about with ghosting. Cats, you could talk smooth, but what happens when you hanging out and you smooth talking for a good period of time? I heard that line a million times. Now I see his game. And here's how you know the game is not really good, because you could translate the word game into games, right? If you're doing something effective, you keep doing it, right? So when people know that you're going to do it, and they can't stop it because your game is effective. Allen Iverson's crossover, it's coming, can't stop it. Michael Jordan's fadeaway, it's coming, can't stop it. James Harden traveling step back, it's coming, can't stop it. Randy Moss's fade route, it's coming, can't stop it. So if you know what's about to happen and you can't stop it, that's because their game works. But a lot of what's going on is people are trying to shortcut the game. See, you never really mastered your game. You just mastered a smoke and mirrors trick. So now we got this smoke and mirrors game going on where, okay, this works for this short period of time, and I could do this and get what I want, and I got to disappear because people going to find out I'm a fraud afterwards. So I'm gone. I'm ghosting. This is part of pump 'em and dump 'em. It ain't just, I got game to have sex with them. It's also, I ain't a keeper, or I'm not good enough for them to want to try to keep me, because part of this game thing that people don't normally talk about is if you really got a lot of game and you putting it down like that, people gonna want to mess with you regardless. Even if you don't want them, they gonna still try to get you. So if you got game but you have nobody, no suitors who actually, know you got game and want to be with you with your game, then you really ain't got that much game. You just ran out of it. And this is part of why you just put it up on the table up front. Because a lot of guys who quote unquote people think have game, they don't necessarily have game. They're just up front. They'll tell you what it is, because a lot of times the game is effeminate, manipulative. I'm going to see if I could do this. And that part of trying to get over on everybody is what's the turn off, because we're all adults. We're all adults. We can see, BS coming a mile away. So a lot of cats is running out of game. This is why, I need to know, I need this game, I need that game. You're not putting the game all together for self-improvement to be a better person, to attract better people. You putting it together to get a short-term, shortcut, one-night stand type of lifestyle. And if that's what you want to do, fine. But here's a part of that game. If you got the reputation of a womanizer, that can get other women. But if you're not satisfying these women and you got the reputation of a womanizer, you're just a dude with a bad reputation. Because you ran out of game. Because you can talk them out their panties, but can you really put it down if it's all about sex? Because see, those are two different reputations. The guy who can put it down in the bedroom doesn't have to. His game in the bedroom speaks for itself with other women. Now, if you got game and you could talk a good game, eventually, because you don't back up your game, you start to get checked off, once, twice, thrice, and then times and exponentially, because people are, they full of it. This is how game keeps getting caught up. Not like, if you got a phone full of numbers of people that you can't call, that's not game. If they're not calling you, just at least period. Like if your Rolodex doesn't have people in it that call you periodically, then you don't have game. Because they're gonna be in relationships or in and out of dating, and they're gonna come back. And I gotta get to that. Right now. See, a lot of people who, men and women who think they have game or who like running games, some of them have delusional mindsets of their sexual market value. And they might try to take advantage of somebody who they feel doesn't have game, right? Now, who do you wind up running back to? The person who doesn't have game, or that you felt didn't have game, or wasn't on your level, or couldn't, or didn't really do it for you, but they was cool. You liked it. Because now you trying to lowball them because you went out to the world and in all the game of you trying to, climb the ladder of conquest, you realize you stepped over a couple of gems and now you want to go back and find them. Because just because you stepped up the ladder of conquest doesn't mean it was something good on that next level that you felt was the next level. Sometimes you step over the best in the using the ideology that my game is going to give me somebody better. That doesn't. This always comes back to bite people in the behind. Always. Because you can run out of game. And with age and experience and understanding of situations and other human beings, you will begin to understand that you want somebody who's straightforward, down, and willing to make sacrifices for you. And you're going to have to be willing to do the same. Now, that can even be with multiple people if you got game. Everybody has their role that they're fitting, right? But if you're constantly at square one, you're constantly at the meet and greet, that I'm here to impress you, I'm going to all you, If you constantly at that part, that's because that's the only game you got. Meet and greet is your only game. After meet and greet and trying to get and trying to get the draws, you got no more game. You ran out. You fresh out. Bartender, what you got some more game? We fresh out. We fresh out of game. I mean, and you keep sucking up the game and you still ain't done nothing with it. I know. I'm done. Maybe I'm hating on the game, right? I don't know. You tell me. We out. Peace.